Welcome back, everybody, to Defy Aging. I am, as usual, Coach Allison here to go through the workout with you. And welcome to week 1 of 2026. Kind of weird to say that. Also, be prepared as you go into your sessions for the week to have a new warm-up and a new cool-down because it is that time. And that will be the same for January and February. The workout this week is going to be sort of, I want to say, back to basics a little bit. We're going to do a standard circuit rotation on the turf. There's only 5 exercises, which is a little bit different. So you will probably have to have some doubling up at some of the stations. And we're going to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for all of the rounds. And speaking of rounds, there's going to be 4. Okay, so 4 rounds, 30 on, 30 off, 5 stations, and we do have a fun team builder at the end. So a lot of stuff this week with that new warm-up and cool-down, but let's get to the workout demonstration. All right, station 1 is slams with the slam balls, the medicine balls. All right, we got a few different weights to pick from, but we want this to be a big movement. We want to slam it hard enough so it bounces back up. And these balls, this particular type of slam ball, if you don't give it a ton of force, it doesn't bounce back up naturally like a basketball kind of would. So we do want to get it up overhead a little bit, and you got to use some force with your whole body to throw it down and try to catch it on the bounce and keep those bounces moving. Sometimes if it hits these laces kind of weird, it might travel around a little bit and we got to go get it. That's okay if and when that happens. Otherwise, yeah, station 1, medicine ball slams. Station 2, got another ball. We got the stability ball this time. We're going to do the ball wall squats. So these are great for helping with squat form, first of all, but it actually kind of feels nice on your back, to be honest. There's that too. That's a perk. And it kind of helps obviously it helps the balance because we're leaning into a ball, but it helps you balance yourself out so that you feel maybe more sturdy in your squat. And I'll show you what I mean by that with a body weight squat. We have to find the balance ourselves between how much we lean forward, how much our hips are going back, because we need to make sure we're not leaning forward too much, all of those little things. Doing the ball wall squats kind of takes those questions out of the equation, because it kind of just puts your body into the right form. Yes, there's still things we can do wrong, but it kind of just guides you down and back up. So lean into the ball so your feet are out in front of you. Want to make sure we're not starting straight up because then our knees go way too far forward. Let the ball travel up your back as you sink into your squat. You want to make sure you're starting it kind of low, maybe at like up your tailbone. So if you started at your mid back like this and then we go down, none of this is supported. So start it low. Keep your body weight in the balls of your feet and the heels. Just don't use your toes. So try not to push through your toes like this. Anyways, get as deep as you can into that squat. Oh yeah, and keep your back against the ball the whole time. We don't want to be leaning forward. So your back should always be right against the ball. But anyway, that is our ball wall squat. See how low you can get into that squat, and let's give it a try. We do have 4 rounds. Next station is a single arm farmer's carry. Many of our longtime participants are familiar with this one. We do have 4 rounds with this week's workout. So we're going to do single arm. So we're going to do 2 rounds on each arm. So you don't have to worry about switching sides in the middle of the set. So I recommend a kettlebell for this because it's bottom loaded. So you don't have to worry about balancing out the dumbbell. So weight in front of your hand and behind. So I recommend a kettlebell for sure. And take the shoulder down and back like this. We want to make sure we're not sagging forward or sideways. And from here we go for a controlled walk, just like I am doing now. You want to try to avoid letting it wobble too much. I want you to picture that you are carrying a full bucket of water. You're trying not to spill any water. Make sure you're trying to keep your shoulders level so we don't have this arm sagging down, but we're also not overcompensating and shrugging the shoulder up. So nice and level here. All right, that's our single arm farmer's carry. Next station is our lateral box run. Okay, so this one you can choose the height that's appropriate for you. We have a couple of different options for this, but I do recommend this type of box because it's rather wide. So first, that's a good challenge for your hips to have to step wide. But second, it leaves a lot of space for both of your feet to be up there. If you use a box that's too narrow, there's not a lot of space for 2 feet. That said, we start with 1 foot on each side. That's a good starting point if you ask me. We go up, up, and then down, down. So again, we have 4 rounds. So we're going to do 2 rounds leading with one leg, 2 rounds leading with the other leg. And what I mean by leading is what leg goes up first. My right is going up, also goes down first. So it's up right, down right, up right, down right. You just keep that going. Once you get the pattern down, you want to add a little bit of speed. It's called a lateral box run, but the run is, just means a little bit of speed. And it's always optional. We work to our own level. If and when you feel ready for that speed, it'll look more like this, up, up, down, down. Okay, we're kind of staying light on the balls of the feet, able to move quickly, kind of working that agility as well. And this will be some cardio. Don't worry, I think that that height box is good enough. We aren't doing a full step up. We aren't worried more as much about the height of the box as far as making it higher to be extra challenging. For this, we want to focus more on speed and agility. So I think a moderate size box is plenty. Final station is a plank, a good old-fashioned plank on the forearms and the toes. A couple ways we can do this. There's options for everybody. All right. We'll start on the knees for the floor knee option. If you're doing a knee plank, those hips do need to be relatively low. You want elbows under shoulders, meaning we don't want the arms too far out here. But what I mean by hips relatively low is we don't want this, sticking the hips up. So you got to walk forward, get those hips parallel to the floor. We hold that. If you are ready for a more advanced version, we'll do a full toe plank, which looks like this. Again, hips level though. You still want to avoid the hips being way up here. And again, still elbows directly under shoulders. Okay, the floor is challenging as far as what type of plank we're doing. So we can come up to an incline. I don't have an incline by me. The coaches will show you what that is. Arms will be up on a bench, so your body will be sort of at this angle. And that does, first of all, it's great for anyone who is not doing things getting down onto the floor. It's also a great option for those maybe not ready for the intensity level that a floor plank is. So something for everybody, but a plank is our final station. For our team builder, we're going to do the red light, green light, which is working reaction time, how quickly we can hear a cue and react to that. But the way we're going to do the red light, green light is with a coordination and balance drill, and we're going to be walking backwards. So it's definitely not for speed. So everyone will line up on the turf, so you'll have people to the left and right of you, and we're going to walk backwards. So you just kind of, glance over your shoulder, use your peripheral vision, glance over your shoulder enough to make sure you aren't going to run into anything. Okay. So don't worry about speed, and make sure we're picking up those feet. Although when you're going backwards, you can kind of drag the feet a little if you would like. Again, I'm going to reiterate for the third time. We're not worried about speed, so don't try to go fast. But anyway, your coach will call out green light. That's the signal to walk. She'll call out red light, and wherever you are in your stance, try to hold that until they again call out green light. So you might be stuck at the red light with both feet down. That might be easier to balance. You might be stuck with the leg up because you were going to take your step back. Try to balance and hold with the leg up. So again, trying to not hear the cue red light and then continue the step and wait till you're on the floor. Again, if you happen to have one foot up, go with it. Try to hold that balance. All right, I got a phone call that cut off my video. So anyway, we were done with the demonstration though. So we're trying to hold that balance, listening for the red light, green light cues, reacting as quickly as possible. And we're going to do that for 60 seconds. If you get to the end of the turf, just turn around and keep walking back the other way. But that's our team builder. I think this one will be a lot of fun. It's working a lot of coordination and balance type skills. Let's give it a shot. Okay, team. So that wraps up week one. If you can believe it, we're kicking off the year 2026. Enjoy your new warm up and your new cool down as well. And I will see you back, I guess, for week two.